we can breathe. They're really good at pooping. Did you know that? Of course you knew that, but if you didn't, it's a good thing I told you. So that's all for this week. I like earthworms too, so can you like them? Please. Bye, that's it. Bye. Mwah. Love you, people.
When Liv started using my videos in her keynotes, I think she even got more popular. Seriously, I think she did, and it definitely started because of that earthworm video. Once I started making videos, I also began making a ton of lists, all about nature and videos I wanted to create to help people understand how we can be a better helper to nature and be more aware of how we affect the environment. Why am I sharing this? I think it's really, really important to remember that some kids may have used tech in really interesting ways, even before the pandemic. And maybe they had passions and interests like me and Liv did. And using tech tools helped them share with a bigger audience. If remote learning was the very first time your kids started using tech tools to share their learning, then you want to make sure that they have access to that forever. This pandemic has changed how grown-ups view lots of things, and especially kids and learning. My second bit of advice is to find your silver linings during last year. I promise that there have been many of them. Here are a few of mine. Here is Hugo, my Havanese puppy. He has been the happiest dog on the whole entire planet since the pandemic started last year. He loves having everyone in the house at the same time. And he's kind of back there. You can kind of see him right there. It's a little brown ball of fluff sitting on a chair. He's often in the background of our digital meetings, and I think it's really funny. Here he is as my reading buddy. He loves to listen, and he loves me to read out loud. And here he is in his normal spot interrupting my dance class. He always has to be right on the mat with me. Another silver lining is having my daddy join me in an online dance class. 1 minute he was cooking dinner, and the next he was behind me trying to figure out the choreography. He's crazy sometimes. He always says, I can do that move. He's crazy, but he is also a silver lining because I don't tell him this, but I do love, love, love when he dances with me. And I love my sister, and I take breaks together to do yoga. If we were on our regular school schedules, we would not be able to do this. But it's nice when we both have remote learning breaks and we can spend it doing something that we love together. Yoga with Liv is definitely another silver lining. Can you share a silver lining you've had during this pandemic in the chat with me? I know that COVID has been very, very hard, but I hope that we can also find silver linings too. Bit number 3 is how we can define school. I hope everyone begins to see how using tech tools can help create learning experiences outside of school. First, see this picture? This has been my learning spot since March 16th, 2020. You don't have to be in school to learn. School is a building. Learning can happen everywhere. See this picture? This is what my classroom looks like now. Lots and lots of boxes. See this picture? This is what my classroom sounded like at the beginning of remote learning.
Is that Josh?
No, that's me.
Was that me a joke?
Me, Charlotte. I said you. parents go on vacation?
You went Zoom last time. Yes, I got Charlotte.
Yeah.
I didn't get it right.
Oh.
What was your joke, Charlotte?
Where do parents go on vacation? Where do parents go on vacation?
Charlotte, what was your joke?
Where do parents go on vacation?
It's to my friend. For my friend.
Since no one in my class heard my joke, I will share it with all of you. Where do crayons go on vacation? Does anyone know? They go on vacation in color auto. Get it? My class is so much better now. I've learned how to mute myself and listen closely, and how to add to a conversation or share a joke. I've gotten a lot better at all that since March. See this picture? This is how I met my new teacher this year. We sat at a distance, and I shared my favorite book with her. But masks and reading do not always make a good combination. I like being able to read through Flipgrid or Seesaw. I love the feedback she gives me. I do miss seeing her at my school, but I also like being able to learn with her in a Teams meeting. Also, I will confess that sometimes I do read under my desk. Sorry! Bit 4. Remember all of those boxes? Well, kids need you. I hope you will give them as much small group or one-to-one time as you can. Here I am having lunch with my teacher this year. I loved it so much. Here's a video of me from the spring having a reading conference with another teacher. Deb was practicing how to do a reading conference, and I helped her.
Hi, Mrs. Craig. Look what I did.
Ooh, what is, I see Marigold, and I see an act and a do. Who is Marigold? Tell me. And what is Marigold act and do?
Marigold is the unicorn in this story.
Uh-huh.
And I did what you said to do the character and and do.
Can you show me that card again? I see you said you have sassy, and then you have, in quotes, I must find. What is that?
I did that because Marigold basically is like, I must find. Like, she has like this magical powers because she's a unicorn. And she's like, I must find the blah, blah, blah. So she is basically kind of sassy in that way.
Oh, so I'm seeing that you're noticing, you're taking, as a good reader does, you're taking quotes from the book and you're saying, ooh, to prove that she's sassy, I've read this in the book. This is what I can show to prove that she's sassy. Neat. What is the next thing that you have? What after sassy?
Caring.
Caring. And how is it caring?
Marigold the unicorn allows Phoebe to ride her.
Allows her to ride her. So that shows that Marigold is caring to Phoebe. Mm-hmm. Is there any important time that she's had to ride her?
Really most of the part of the story, Phoebe is riding Marigold, like to school, to home.
Okay.
Like that.
So strong readers, when they're looking across text, they kind of notice these big ideas that are happening. And to me, notice right now, some of the big ideas, what do you think caring and sassy has to do maybe with some big ideas about what's going on in the whole book?
I think that what's going on in the whole book is that sometimes the titles of these books like don't really say like the things that are going on in the book. Like sometimes like the many hats, like they're like many feelings.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like feelings, hats, and there are a lot of feelings in this book.
Okay, nice. So what also I notice is this another book in a series?
Yes.
So sometimes how characters act and what they do, they help us notice what we call themes across series. And I'm noticing right now that you're kind of, when you're back with that sassy and what did you call the other one?
Yeah.
Sassy and caring. Do you think that caring theme carries along with any of the other books that you've read?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, because that's what good readers do. They say, ooh, what can carry over? What can come again? Excellent. So you're going to continue to do that, okay? Great job. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Miss Craig. Bye.
Bye.
I love having reading conferences so much. I hope you'll have some with your students too. Kids still need you. Please make time for them in small group or in one-to-one. It doesn't have to be long. I was in a reading conference I was only with my teacher for a 5-minute reading conference, but it was enough to help me with my next steps. Bit 5. Please, please, please don't make me do loads of worksheets. I love to create. Here's a video I made using Videoshop. My sister helped me take the video bits, and then I used the app to edit, add music, and make it a fun story.
Hi, this is Charlotte, and welcome back to another episode of Charlotte Doing Things. Even though we're still in a pandemic, I know that you still want to look beautiful. And today's episode is going to be all about eyeshadow. And I'm going to be using 2 palettes today. The first one is going to be plain, as you see. The second one is going to be glitter. Thank you to the Easter Bunny who gave me this, because you totally know my taste. Tip number 1, you always want to have an eyeshadow brush with you, because you do not want to put your finger in the eyeshadow. Really, you do not want to do that. And after you learn that lesson, then you can get your eyeshadow brush, dip it in the eyeshadow that you want to use, then you can just go. And rub it on softly. Don't do it like super hard. Like this. And don't play with it, because you're probably going to get it all over your finger. Also, if you're playing with it like this. Even though it looks super cool. Don't do that. And another thing is that if you get it all over your eye and your eyelashes, then you can just get a mascara brush and then you can just wipe it on your eyelashes. Just like this. Then when you're done, if there's lots of eyeshadow on your brush, then you can just like shake it a little bit, or you can just use your fingers and just like wipe it off, as long as it's your own brush. Now it's time for the glitter. And this isn't actual eyeshadow. This is just eyeshadow, like eyeshadow addings, so that you can just put some on your eyelids and then you can have a little bit of glitter on. It comes with a little brush. 2 little brushes that are both double-sided. So you can just like dab it in the glitter, because the glitter is kind of mushy. Then you can just slowly put it on your eyelid. And you can cut, but you can't really spread it because it's really, really sticky. I'm going to suggest you to be really, 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 really careful when you take it off, because it can last for like more than 10 minutes. And then you can be done with that part. And there are multiple colors, so you don't have to use the gold, which I used. You can use any color you want. And then tip number 3, always after you use any type of makeup, lipstick, foundation, eyeshadow, any of those kinds of things, you always have to add the face glitter. Because if you don't add face glitter, then you're not going to look all beautiful, more beautiful. Because if you add glitter, then you're gonna look even more prettier than you did before. Then most glitter things have like a little mirror, like that. It's okay if you put too much glitter on, which I usually do. Okay, I think that like if you look closely, then I put too much glitter on. But if you look far away, then it looks awesome. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you do my tips on eyeshadow. Stay beautiful, people.
Can you tell that I'm an expert at makeup? I actually love to choose the best lipstick for my team's meetings. I mean, if I have to look at a box that acts like a mirror for part of the day, I need good lipstick. Here are some of my other favorite creating apps. I love Photoshop because it is so easy to edit and have captions and music. It's kind of like clips, which I love too, but it has more options. I've been using Seesaw since I was 3 years old. I'm not kidding. I really have. I have a friend, Panna, who is a teacher in Taiwan, and she has been my teacher since I was 3. She did the special Seesaw project with me, and here's a video that she sent me to show me her walk to school.
Hi Charlotte, I really miss you, and so I wanted to make a video for you. It's early morning and I'm on my way walking to work, and I wanted to show you a little park that's right outside my house because I thought that if you ever came to visit, you would really love it here, and I love it too because it's really pretty. So this is where it starts, and there's a little walkway right here which I really love because it goes through all of these trees, and you can see that across the way over there. Can't quite see it, but those blue things are some swing sets. And they've just finished this little playground park, and they call it the Tom Sawyer Adventure Playground. All right, we're gonna walk through. Every morning I get to pass through here. And I love it because it's like walking through a giant tree house right outside my house. There's a little gazebo over here. And this is a little speaker phone, so you can talk to someone who's down on the ground. So someone could talk into that one and we could hear them up here. There's a cool twisty slide. A little climbing. And there's the entrance to the slide over there. And this is probably my favorite part because they planned the entire playground around the trees. And I love that they decided to really take care of this really beautiful big one. And they built around this tree so they didn't have to cut it down. And you gotta watch your head a little bit. There's a little warning here. I tilt my head. And here I am at the other side, just to show you.
And even though I couldn't write words back to her to tell her about where I lived, because I was only little, I could make her a video back and show her where I lived.
Hi, Panna. It's me, Charlotte, and we have a lot of snow in New Hampshire, and you want to see our house? This is our house right here, and the door is right over there. So I hope you visit us in New Hampshire, and you are the best, Panna. Bye, I love you.
Here's a video I sent her when I was 3 years old from Seesaw. Panna and I work a lot on things together in Seesaw for all these years. Even though she is far away, we can still do so much fun things together. Here's another video from Panna where she is helping me with my writing. She did this with me last year because when remote learning started, I never got to see my teachers. I just did worksheets that were uploaded, and I felt really sad. Hannah helped me a lot when I first went remote because we both knew that using tech tools like Seesaw is real learning.
Hi, Charlotte. Guess what? Your mom sent me some of your writing, and I had to write back to you because this page, after I read it, I just loved it so much. One of my favorite things when I was reading this page was that I could really feel what the character was feeling. So one of my questions is, do I say the character's name as Shasha or is it Sasha? Let me know how to say it properly. One of my favorite things that you did in this page is your use of big capital bold letters, because it really showed me how the character was feeling. I can imagine how they were speaking, like they were speaking with excitement or they were yelling. And I also liked how you used ellipses because it really was a dramatic lead up to the fact that she was getting a dog. How exciting. Another favorite part of mine is that you use descriptive language, such as you took your present with great pleasure. I guess I really feel like I understand the character, and I want you to know that your writing is amazing, and I'm so glad that I got to read it. Now, since I got to read this page, I was just curious. I have 2 questions for you. I want to understand, what are some craft moves that you've been trying lately in your writing? Is there anything that you've seen another author do that you've been trying when you've been writing? And the other question I have is, do you have any writing goals that you've been working on from school that maybe you want to share with me so that I understand how you've been trying to make your writing even better? All right, I look forward to hearing from you. I hope that you and everybody in your family are doing great, and I miss you so, so much. Love you.
I hope you use all of these apps with your students. They can have teachers everywhere. Just like I have Penna as my teacher. I am lucky because Penna is very, very interested in helping little kids use tech. And she doesn't think that just because I live on the other side of the world means that we can't do fun things together. Will you share in the chat what your absolute favorite app is to use with your students? Will you also tell me if you have a favorite app if you have a favorite one for my list? Bit number 6. This is my last bit of advice for you all today about remote learning. Guess what? Kids want to be in touch with one another. Here I am trying to catch up on my texts in Messenger, kids.
My gosh, Alyssa just sent me a text. It's so hard to keep up with everyone.
Please help parents know how to use apps like Messenger, kids, to have this class stay in touch. This is my dance friends, and we stay in touch with this app. We can create really funny stories and videos, and we practice a lot of funny filters. It helps us feel connected even more because, remember, we can't really play together like we did before the pandemic. So it's important that teachers know that this is playing together. When you create, you are being playful. When you share together, you are learning by doing. Here is a wrap-up of my bits of advice. Bit 1. Mentor texts are so important. They help you grow your digital life. Bit 2. Remember that there are still lots of silver linings in remote learning. Share yours and encourage your students to share their silver linings too. Bit number 3. Please remember that school will never, ever be the same after this pandemic. Please let kids have access to tech tools forever. Bit 4. Kids need to see you in real time, in whole group, small group, and even one-to-one. Please make it happen. Bit 5. Kids need to create and use apps that will help us create and share with real audiences. Bit 6. Tech can help kids stay in touch. Teach us about teach us about apps that can help us be connected. It's a life skill, people. I hope these 6 bits of advice are helpful to you and that you'll consider how powerful it is for kids to be the leaders during remote learning. We can help teachers a lot if we are given the chance. Thank you so much for letting me share my ideas with all of you in California. I've had my own hashtag since I've been born, and it's hashtag Charlotte's People. Now I feel like all of you are my people, so thank you. Also, I am really, really excited to work with Beluga Learning on my own Charlotte Doing Things channel. So please stay tuned in to see more of my video creations on that platform. I have been working hard to create good content for kids, and if you don't know Beluga, I hope you check them out right now. And since Liv has a catchphrase, I feel like I need one too. So remember, stay strong, stay smart, and keep creating from your heart. Thank you so much, California people. Bye! I'm ready for questions and comments if any of you have any.
Wanted me to unshare.
Yes. Stop sharing.
Charlotte, I just wanted you to know that I'm a brand new Nana, and my grandbaby is all the way over in New Jersey, and I'm in California. And some of the things that you did when you were 3 years old, I thought, you know what, when she gets a little older, maybe we can walk around our neighborhoods and video things. So thank you. I really appreciate the ideas.
Yes. Thank you.
And I just want to say, Charlotte, boat power.
I'm reading all the chats.
No, don't read the chat. Our Deborah will help us with the chat.
Does anybody have any questions they'd like to put in the chat for Charlotte? Someone's asking, please share your list again. Are you talking about the tech tools that Charlotte likes to use?
Sure, we can share it again.
Yes.
Yep. The tech
Where
tools.
is the tech tools? There we go.
You want to screenshot it? And we will hi everybody. I'm Cynthia, Charlotte's mom. We'll upload Charlotte's slides into her link. We'll link them on the SCED site so that you have them. So you'll have all these.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Yeah, of course.
We do have a question from Darla. She wants to know, what apps do you think my high school students would like best, Charlotte?
Oh, maybe a Brain Pop, like the bigger version, not Brain Pop Junior. I think Video Shop would be one of the most helpful because like Messenger Kids is like more for kids that don't have phones and can't like text. So I think Video Shop would be helpful to like create a funny video, like of your dog or something.
Yeah. That's a great idea, Charlotte. Video Shop looked like fun when you were doing the makeup one.
Yes, that one.
It did.
Charlotte, Mrs. Harrison would like to know, what book or series are you reading now?
Oh my gosh. I cannot tell you that I am obsessed with these Jasmine Tamagotchi books. And this is the last one. There's some more books on the back. There's the rest of the books. There's Jasmine Tamagotchi Mochi Queen, Jasmine Tamagotchi Super Sleuth, and Jasmine Tamagotchi Flamingo Keeper. And I really love all of these books. This last book that I'm reading, I'm super sad. I'm probably going to read the whole series over again. But I really absolutely love these books.
And that's what she was doing while she was waiting for everybody to enter the room. She was reading her Jasmine book.
We always like to hear recommendations from young people of the books they enjoy reading. Thank you, Charlotte.
Well, and then in the video, do you want to tell them the series that you're reading when you were conferring with Mrs. Craig?
Oh, I was reading Phoebe and a Unicorn.
Yeah, and that's a great series too.
Yeah, they're graphic novels. The first one I really like because like the main character Phoebe meets a unicorn, and she's like, "You're a unicorn?" She's like, "Yes, I'm Marigold Heavenly Nostrils." Yes, that's her last name. Very weird. Heavenly Nostrils.
That's a good one. Okay. Any other questions, Deborah, for Charlotte?
I'm Not seeing any right at the moment. We have just about 5 more minutes before, well, about 4 more minutes before we need to end our session and for the other one to begin. Anyone else have a closing question or two for Charlotte?
Well, I don't have a question. This is Valerie again, but I just wanted to know I loved your presentation. It was really, really fun, and it really helped us get some great ideas for using with our kids and making things more interesting. So thank you. And what's the name of your bunny?
Hazel.
Hazel, thank you.
I have a lot more
Uh-huh.
bunnies.
Yeah, she's a good luck charm. So.
Oh, good. Well, thank you.
We do hope, Valerie, that you consider doing like everyday things, right? Like kids love to see how we like interact and live in our world. And I think the pandemic separated us in such a like fast way that just doing like the way Panna was just walking her on her walk to work, you know, there's something to be said for just like the ordinary things in our lives that can become really fascinating to kids and especially young kids because they don't think we have a life outside of school, right? So I do use tech just to like show some make the ordinary more extraordinary.
Yes.
That everybody has their little story and that they live, and it's so special when we share using tech tools when we share that with our students. So that's part of the reason why we wanted Panna in the presentation.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Thank you, Cynthia.
If you don't know Panna's work, so you can follow Panna on Miss Panna Talks. She has a blog, and we'll actually include her as a link on this presentation. We'll add her blog there. But she's a pre-K to second grade innovation specialist at a school in Taiwan. And she's a colleague of mine. So we would love to share the work that she does. Miss Panna Says, I think I said talks, I meant says. Miss Panna Says is her blog, and she always shares tech tips with teachers. She does coaching with the teachers in her school, and she also works with young children. So I'm just really fortunate that we've met, you know, in real life, and she loved what Liv was doing. We met through Liv, who's your keynote at the end of the week. And because she loved Liv's work, she agreed to kind of like also help Charlotte grow her work, because Liv's work was completely on her own. I was encouraging her, but I wasn't, I just didn't have as many ideas as Panna did about how to grow her voice, and Panna helped us, and she's grown Charlotte too. So we feel really proud of that connection. We hope you check her out, right?
Yes, definitely. That was a lot to say.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking over. Let's Charlotte.
Thank you. Charlotte, in closing, just one last moment. When we were, before the session began, you were saying something about your t-shirt. Do you want to show the attendees your t-shirt?
This, it doesn't have any words on it, but it has a heart. Nature Girl. I like to call this my Nature Girl shirt.
Yes,
I like to call this my Nature Girl shirt because it has like a heart for Earth.
I love it. Thank you, Charlotte.
Charlotte, you are such an encouragement to, I'm going to speak on behalf of the people that are in the room, for us to grow as teacher librarians, to also encourage our teachers and look within ourselves to push the envelope on student creativity and innovation and student voice.
Yay.
Also the connecting to others globally. So you do make my heart sing, and thank you so much for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you. I gotta say,
All right, thank you.
She's trying to read the comments too.
Charlotte, I'm gonna send
Yeah,
I'm gonna send you the comments, Charlotte.